Hi everyone, it's Mr. Seward, and today we're going to be taking a look at while commands and if-else structures. So, what first thing you need to do is you need to go into the student share folder and find the template that's named Robot C using if structures, and do a file save as, and put it into your own Robot C folder on the H drive, and then open the file, and that's what you're going to have. This is the file right in front of you right now that you're going to be looking at when you open it. So we're going to go up to motors and sensor setup and make sure a couple things are done. The first thing is we're going to go over to the digital sensors tab, and we're going to make sure that we have in our digital sensors, in digital 1, right up here, that we have the name switch A. And I don't have that here. So I'm going to put in switch A and make sure that it's a touch. And then in digital 4, we're going to put in switch B and make sure that that one is also a touch. And then we're going to say OK. So now our motors and sensors should be set up. Let's take a look at our task description now. So our task description says that the left motor is going to run forward only if switch A is held. Actually, this should say the right motor, so we'll change that. Right motor. Okay, so now the second line is that the right motor will run forward only if switch B is held. So down here in my pseudocode, I got to change this to right also. Oops, come on. Okay. And then the third line of our task description says that both motors can run at the same time. So first thing I'm going to do here is in between my curly brackets, I am going to drag in another loop, and it's going to be the while structure. I'm going to drag in another while structure here. So I'm going to go to the plus next to control structures and hit control structure again, and I'm going to drag in the while, and I'll put it here. I'll fix my formatting so that it's a little bit more clear. Now, in the condition here, right there, I'm going to change that, and let's try doing the magnifier thing here. So this is Control plus, or Windows key plus. That's it. So right where it says condition, I'm going to change this to a 1 equals 1. Now I can leave it like this. That's just saying that this is the that this is always going to be equal to true, or I can just put in the word true here. Okay, so that is the first thing that I need to do. Now, here in the body of this while statement, we got to do something about one of our statements up here. We'll use the task description. Well, here's our pseudocode, right? It says the left motor will run forward only if switch A is held. So we're going to put the information for switch A into where the body is. Now, the way that you go about doing that is that you drag in another while loop. So I'm going to go up to my while, and right where it says body here, I'm going to drag in this while loop. And inside of this while loop, the second one, inside the body it's inside the body of that first while loop. So it's the body of the first while loop. So now this is where we're going to be actually starting our motor. So we're going to go to natural language here. And this is movement. And this is going to be a start motor. So that's where this is going to go right here. I'll backspace here. And this is going to be motor port. You can make this the left one. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'll put in left motor here. Oops. Wow, I misspelled that one. L-E-F-T. Left motor. And this is going to be a speed of 127. So that's the start motor at a speed of, the start motor, left motor at a speed of 127. Now, up in the while condition for this one, right here, we're going to change this, and we're going to put in parentheses. Well, we're in the parenthesis already, so we don't need to do anything else there. We're going to type in sensor value, Then we're going to put in the square bracket, and this is for switch A. And here is where we're going to put in our next square bracket. And then this is going to be equals to 1. And then close parentheses. So this is saying that while someone is holding the switch down, it's going to start the motor. We've already changed our motor port to left. I'm not spelling well today. Left motor at 127. And that's going to go ahead and start our motor. Now, I'm going to copy this while statement from here down to here. And then I'm going to go down to this line below the close of that while. And I'm going to paste that in. Now, this while is going to be right motor. Right motor 127, and instead of switch A, it's going to be switch B. Okay. Now I'll do my fixed formatting here just to kind of make sure we're in good shape. And we are. So I'm going to save my program here just to make sure that we're in good. Now, let's tighten our code up here a little bit. Just get rid of some spaces. So I'm going to backspace there. And I actually, after the stop motor, I want to put a space in right here. Now, right here in this line, well, actually what I'll do is I'll go up here to this one too and get rid of this. Okay. So, right after this line, which for me is number 47, might be something different for you. But I've got the two whiles for how my motors are going to run for both my left motor and my right motor. And now what I got to do is I got to find a way to stop them. So I'm going to go to my let's see if I'll do this again with the thing. And I'm actually going to go and get stop motor. And I'm going to pull that down, and I'm going to put that right there in this motor area here. Oops. Backspace and delete that. All right, now, so this first one is I'm going to stop the left motor. So I'm going to stop left motor. Okay, oops. Let's undo that last type. Okay, so I get rid of that. Now, I also need, or I'm going to actually, I don't really necessarily need to here, but I'm going to right click and copy, and then in this next line down right here, I'm going to Control V, and this one is going to change to right motor. Okay, now I'm going to want to just explain something to you here. I can leave both of these right down here, and here's the reason why. This while up here, if this is running, if this switch A is running, it will run the left motor. If that one isn't running and switch B is running, it will run the right motor. So the second while loop here is kind of like the one that stops this first while loop from working. So I can just put stop left motor down here or stop right motor down here and just leave them there. It just depends on, you know, which one is where. If it makes you feel better, you can, I'm going to cut this one from here, and I'm going to go up to right here. I'll hit enter, and I'll control paste that one in right up there. So now left motor is running, it stops, right motor is running, and it too will stop here. Okay, so let's close some brackets up here. I'll put that one back in there. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fix my formatting, just to make sure that everything's in good shape for that. And I'm just taking a look at my brackets and making sure I got them all set up, and I do. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to compile the program and download it to the robot. I'll switch my view here, turn on my camera, and bring this over. Okay, so now we should be able to see everything, I hope. Maybe not. There we go. Come on. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go, oh shoot, my program took and quit on me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this and I'll come back when I got it run. Alright, so I've got my program downloaded to the robot and I've got it started, and I don't know why you can't see the little debugger window right now, but it's right where my cursor is. And I've hit start, and one of the things I want you to do is I want you to go up to robot, click on debugger windows, and put a check mark next to the word motors and one next to sensors. Now I'm going to go down here and I'll show you. It says right motor, 3-wire motor, left motor, 3-wire motor, and I am going to give the switches a try. So this is my switch A right now, and I'm going to hit the switch, and it runs my motor. Then I'll hit switch B, and it runs my motor. Now, here's the thing. This is good that this is working. The thing is that our pseudocode says the following thing. Left motor will run only if switch A is held, and then B if it's held. So we've got that first two parts of our pseudocode done. But the third part here is going to be that both motors can run at the same time. So let's get our pseudocode in the right spot here. And I'm going to put the first one here, letter A. I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to go down into my sensor code. And I'm going to paste it in here. And it says the left motor will run forward if only switch A is held. And then I'm going to take the second line and I'm going to copy and paste that and put it down here to where it says that both motors will run forward if switch B is held. The third code, line of pseudocode, both motors can run at the same time. That's going to go up here with this while that is true. So, let's see. Is it true? Will I be able to run both motors? Will both motors run at the same time if both switches are depressed? So this is switch A. Let's see if switch B, if this turns it on. No, that one doesn't turn on. So I'm going to turn on switch B, and now motor A won't come on. So we have a problem here with the code that we have to fix. And that's what I'm going to show you in the next video.